In the vast reaches of space, the Galactic Empire ruled with a strong hand. They were a powerful force, known for their advanced technology and fearsome ships. But far from the Empire's eyes, on a small blue planet called Earth, something incredible was happening. Humanity, often seen as weak and insignificant, was quietly preparing for an unknown threat. On a typical day in the Empire's command center, officers monitored their screens, reporting on the usual patrols and trade routes. Suddenly, one officer noticed something strange. "Commander! We're picking up unusual energy signatures near the outskirts of the solar system," he called out, concern etched on his face. Commander Thrax, a tall alien with sharp features and a reputation for being ruthless, turned his attention to the screen. "What are you saying? A ship? Or perhaps a new weapon?" he asked, intrigued. "Unknown, sir. It appears to be coming from a small, uncharted planet," the officer replied, nervously adjusting his glasses. Thrax narrowed his eyes. "Bring up a visual. Let's see what we're dealing with." The screen flickered and images of Earth appeared. The blue oceans and green land looked peaceful, but Thrax felt a chill run down his spine. It's just a backwater planet. What could they possibly have? But beneath the surface, humanity was not as defenseless as the Empire thought. Years earlier, scientists and engineers had been working in secret, designing advanced starships that could rival those of the Galactic Empire. These ships were built to be stealthy and powerful, ready to protect Earth from any threat. Back on Earth, a group of leaders gathered in a dimly lit room. They had just received news about the Empire's interest in their planet. "We must be ready," said Captain Morgan, a strong and determined woman who led the human fleet. "The Empire thinks we are weak, but we have hidden our true strength." As the days passed, the Empire grew restless. They sent scout ships to investigate the energy signatures, confident they would find nothing of importance. But they were wrong. One scout ship, the Fury, entered Earth's atmosphere and approached a large, seemingly abandoned human vessel. "Prepare for boarding," ordered the captain of the Fury. His crew was eager, thinking they would easily conquer this so-called threat. They landed on the human ship and stepped inside, only to be greeted by silence. Inside, the ship was dark, with shadows creeping in every corner. Suddenly, the lights flickered on, revealing rows of advanced technology that dazzled the Empire crew. "What is this?" the captain whispered, eyes wide with disbelief. Before they could react, the ship's systems powered up. Alarms blared and a voice echoed through the halls. "Unauthorized entry detected. Security measures activated." Confused and frightened, the Empire crew realized they were not alone. The ship had been designed with defense mechanisms that were far beyond their expectations. As they struggled to comprehend what was happening, they were quickly captured by automated drones that had been lying in wait. Meanwhile, back at the Empire's command center, reports began to flood in. "Commander Thrax, we have a situation," an officer shouted, panic evident in his voice. "Our scout ship has gone dark. We can't reach them." "What do you mean, gone dark?" "This is unacceptable," Thrax roared, slamming his fist on the table. "Send another ship immediately." But Thrax's confidence began to falter. He knew that something was wrong. The Empire had underestimated humanity, and now they were about to pay the price. As the captured crew of the Fury tried to figure out how to escape, the human fleet watched from a distance, their eyes filled with determination. Captain Morgan knew the time had come to reveal their hidden strength. "Let the Empire think they have the upper hand," she said with a smile. "They are in for a surprise they will never forget." With that, humanity was ready to show the galaxy what they were truly capable of. The Empire had awoken a sleeping giant, and soon they would realize that underestimating humans was their greatest mistake. The tension in the air thickened as both sides prepared for the next move. The Empire thought they were in control, but the reality was about to shift dramatically. This was just the beginning of a conflict that would change the fate of the galaxy forever. The Galactic Empire's command center buzzed with activity. Panic and confusion filled the air as reports flooded in from the scout ship Fury. Commander Thrax paced back and forth, his brow furrowed with worry. The Empire had never faced such a challenge before. They had underestimated humanity, and now they were paying the price. "Commander, we have analyzed the data from the Fury," said a nervous officer, glancing at the screen. "It appears the humans have a hidden fleet of advanced ships. They've been building them in secret for years." Thrax's eyes widened. "How is this possible?" "We have watched Earth closely," They should have nothing of this magnitude. He clenched his fists, anger boiling inside him. Send out more ships! We must find this fleet before it becomes a real threat. Meanwhile, on Earth, Captain Morgan stood on the bridge of her flagship, the Defender. The ship was sleek with sharp lines and glowing blue accents that made it look alive. Morgan was surrounded by her crew, all eager and determined. They knew the Empire would come, and they were ready to defend their home. Captain, our sensors are picking up multiple ships emerging from the hidden base, reported Lieutenant Reyes, his fingers dancing across the controls. It's a fleet! They're launching! Morgan smiled, pride swelling in her chest. This is it then, humanity's moment to show what we can do. She turned to her crew. Remember, we are not just fighting for ourselves. We are fighting for every human being on this planet. As the human fleet assembled, it was clear they had not just built a few ships. Hundreds of sleek vessels appeared in the sky, glimmering like stars against the dark backdrop of space. Each ship was equipped with advanced weapons and technology that rivaled anything the Empire had ever seen. The Empire's ships, large and imposing, were spread out across the vastness of space. The Empire's fleet was ready for battle, but they were about to be shocked by what they encountered. Thrax stood on the command deck of his flagship, the Iron Fist, watching the scanners closely. "Sir, the human fleet is approaching," an officer shouted. "They are moving quickly and in formation," Thrax sneered. "They think they can challenge us? Prepare to engage! Show them the might of the Empire!" The two fleets closed in on each other, tension filling the air. The Empire was confident in their strength, but they had no idea of the surprise that awaited them. As the distance shrank, Morgan took a deep breath, her heart racing with adrenaline. "Now!" she commanded. "Activate stealth mode and prepare for a surprise attack." With that order, the human fleet shifted. The ships flickered out of view, becoming nearly invisible to the naked eye. The Empire ships were caught off guard, their scanners unable to detect the incoming threat. "Commander, the humans have vanished!" An officer yelled in panic. "We can't locate them! Keep scanning!" Thrax barked, frustration spilling over. "They can't hide forever!" But before he could finish his command, the human ships reappeared, launching a volley of laser blasts at the Empire fleet. The surprise attack struck hard, causing chaos among the Empire ranks. "Shields up!" Thrax shouted, trying to regain control of the situation. But it was too late. The human fleet, working together with perfect coordination, unleashed their advanced weaponry, tearing through the Empire's defenses. One by one, Empire ships began to fall. The crew on board the Iron Fist scrambled to respond, but their technology was no match for the speed and precision of the human ships. "Retreat! Retreat!" Thrax shouted, realizing they were losing ground fast. But Captain Morgan wouldn't let them escape that easily. "Don't let them get away. We can't give them a chance to regroup." She ordered her fleet to pursue, their ships following her lead. As the battle raged on, the Empire realized they were facing a foe far more formidable than they had ever imagined. Humanity was no longer the underdog. They were a force to be reckoned with. The tide of battle had turned, and the Galactic Empire was shocked by the sheer power of humanity's hidden fleet. This was just the beginning of a fight that would reshape the galaxy, as humans fought not just for their survival, but to prove their place among the stars. The Empire had awakened a sleeping giant, and now they would face the consequences of their underestimation. In the aftermath of the fierce battle, the Galactic Empire was in chaos. The once mighty fleet was battered and retreating. Commander Thrax paced nervously on the command deck of the Iron Fist. He was furious. "How could this happen? How could we lose to humans?" he yelled, his voice echoing in the room. His officers exchanged worried glances, unsure how to answer. Meanwhile, on Earth, Captain Morgan and her crew celebrated their unexpected victory. Cheers and laughter filled the bridge of the Defender. Morgan smiled, but she knew this was only the beginning. The Empire would not give up easily. They needed more allies to stand against such a powerful foe. "Listen up, everyone," Morgan said, raising her voice over the celebrations. "We've proven ourselves today, but we must prepare for the Empire's next move. We need to reach out to other species who may be unhappy with the Empire's rule." Lieutenant Reyes nodded. "We should contact the Calthar. They've been oppressed by the Empire for years. If we can convince them to join us, it could change everything." The Calthar were a race known for their speed and agility, but they had been forced to fight for the Empire in their endless conquests. Morgan knew they were strong warriors, and if they could unite, they would be a formidable force. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, the Calthar received news of the humans' surprising victory. In their hidden base, the Calthar leaders gathered to discuss their next steps. "The humans have shown great strength," said a tall Calthar with bright green skin and sharp features. "But can we trust them?" One of the elders spoke up. "The Empire has used us for far too long. We must join the humans. Together we can be free." Back on Earth, Morgan sent a message to the Calthar, inviting them to meet and discuss an alliance. She hoped they would see the benefit of standing together against the Empire. Days passed, and then a small Calthar ship appeared on the radar. It landed gracefully beside the human fleet. As the hatch opened, a group of Calthar warriors stepped out, their eyes scanning the area. Morgan and her crew welcomed them. "Welcome! I'm Captain Morgan," she said, extending her hand in greeting. The Calthar leader, a strong-looking warrior named Zorak, stepped forward and shook her hand firmly. "We've heard of your victory," Zorak said, his voice deep and serious. "But can you promise us freedom?" Morgan nodded, her expression determined. "We are fighting for all of our freedom. Together we can defeat the Empire and ensure that no one else suffers under their rule." Zorak looked around at his fellow warriors and then back at Morgan. "Very well, we will join you. The Calthar are ready to fight." The two groups began to discuss strategies and share information about the Empire's tactics. As they talked, they formed a bond based on mutual respect and shared goals. The Calthar brought their speed and agility to the table, while the humans provided their advanced technology and strategic planning. Meanwhile, the Empire was recovering from their losses. Thrax was called to a meeting with the Emperor. "You failed, Thrax," the Emperor said, his voice cold and menacing. "You let those humans gain strength. They are forming alliances, and we cannot let this happen." Thrax nodded, his anger simmering. "I understand, my Emperor, but we can crush them if we act quickly. I propose we gather our remaining forces and strike before their alliance becomes too strong." Back with Morgan and Zorak, plans were being made. The two leaders agreed to combine their fleets and train together. They knew that the Empire would not sit idle while they formed this alliance. As days turned into weeks, more allies joined their cause. The Zantari, a race known for their intelligence and technology, came forward, eager to take down the Empire. They shared valuable knowledge that helped improve the human and Calthar ships even further. Morgan stood before a gathering of all their new allies. "Together we are stronger! We have proven that the Empire is not invincible. They think they can control us, but we will show them the power of unity." The room erupted in cheers. They were ready to fight, ready to take a stand against oppression. With each passing day, the alliance grew stronger, and the Galactic Empire began to realize that their grip on the galaxy was slipping. The humans had sparked a flame of rebellion, and they would soon learn that underestimating humanity had been their greatest mistake. The stage was set for a battle that would change the fate of the galaxy forever. The time had come. The alliance of humans, Calthar, and Zantari stood ready to face the Galactic Empire. The Defender, along with the Calthar ships and Zantari cruisers, gathered in orbit around Earth. They had trained hard and prepared for this moment. Captain Morgan felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. She knew the fight ahead would be tough. "Today we fight not just for our homes, but for freedom across the galaxy," Morgan said, her voice strong as she addressed her crew and allies. They all nodded, their eyes shining with determination. "We have a plan. Zorak, can you tell everyone about our strategy?" Zorak stepped forward, his voice echoing through the ship. "Our ships will create a distraction on the Empire's front lines. While they are busy defending against us, the Zantari will infiltrate their command ship to disable their weapons. We need to act quickly and decisively." The crew cheered, their spirits high. They knew the risks, but they were united in purpose. As they prepared their ships, Morgan felt a surge of pride for her allies. They were ready to change the galaxy forever. Meanwhile, on the Iron Fist, Commander Thrax was also preparing for battle. His officers were busy analyzing the data from the past few weeks. "The humans have formed an alliance," Thrax said, his face grim. "They are stronger now than ever before. We cannot underestimate them again. We must crush them before they can strike." The Empire fleet assembled, their ships moving into formation. The scene was tense, with both sides ready for the final showdown. As the battle began, the space around them lit up with explosions and laser fire. The sounds of war echoed through the vast emptiness of space. "Now, Morgan shouted, steering the defender into the fray. The human ships surged forward, firing their weapons at the Empire fleet. The Calthar ships darted in and out, using their speed to confuse the enemy, while the Zantari provided support from a distance, targeting the Empire's artillery. The battle raged on, with both sides taking heavy hits. Morgan fought with all her might, guiding her crew through the chaos. "Keep your focus!" she yelled. "We can't let them break our line!" As the fighting continued, Thrax struggled to maintain control of his fleet. "Redirect all power to our shields," he ordered, watching in disbelief as his ships fell one by one. The humans fought with a fierce determination that he had not expected. Just then, the Zantari launched their plan. Small, agile ships slipped past the chaos and targeted the Iron Fist. Inside, the Empire crew was caught off guard. "What are they doing?" an officer shouted. "They're coming for us!" The Zantari ships fired their disabling weapons, striking the Iron Fist's command systems. Alarms blared as Thrax realized they were losing power. "Get us back online! We must retaliate!" he shouted, but the damage was already done. In the heat of battle, Morgan spotted an opening. "Zorak, now's your chance. Lead your ships toward the command center," she commanded. Zorak nodded, rallying his Calthar fighters to break through the Empire's defenses. As they surged forward, they caught Thrax's command ship in their sights. Morgan's heart raced. This was their moment! "All ships, focus your fire on the Iron Fist," she ordered, her voice steady despite the chaos around her. The combined forces of the Alliance unleashed a barrage of firepower, and the Iron Fist shook under the assault. Thrax realized they were about to be overwhelmed. "Prepare to abandon ship," he yelled, knowing defeat was imminent. As the Empire fleet faltered, the Alliance pressed forward with renewed strength. The cries of victory echoed through their ships as they saw the Empire retreating. Morgan felt a rush of exhilaration. "We've done it! We've pushed them back!" But she knew the fight wasn't over. The Empire would not surrender easily, and there would be more battles ahead. However, today marked a turning point. The Alliance had proven that together they were stronger than any force in the galaxy. With the Empire in disarray, Morgan looked at her allies, their faces filled with hope. They had fought for their freedom and won a significant battle. The galaxy would remember this day as the moment when the tide turned and unity triumphed over tyranny. As they celebrated their victory, they knew this was just the beginning of a new era for all who sought freedom among the stars. The battle was over, but the war was far from finished. As the remnants of the Galactic Empire retreated, a new dawn broke over Earth. The alliance of humans, Calthar, and Zantari stood victorious, yet the path ahead was uncertain. Captain Morgan gazed out at the stars from the Defender, her heart filled with hope and determination. "Today, we have shown the galaxy what we can achieve together," Morgan said, addressing her crew and allies. They gathered on the bridge, still buzzing with the adrenaline of the battle. "But our victory is just the first step. We must unite our forces and prepare for what lies ahead." Zorak, the Calthar leader, nodded in agreement. "The Empire will not rest. They will regroup and come for us again. We need to fortify our defenses and establish a united front across the galaxy." The Zantari representative, a brilliant scientist named Nera, spoke next. "We can share technology and knowledge. Together we can build stronger ships and better strategies. We must not let the Empire divide us again." Morgan felt a sense of pride for her allies. They had worked hard to build a bond based on trust and respect. "Let's start by reaching out to other races that have suffered under the Empire's rule. We need to show them that they are not alone." With a plan in place, the Alliance began to strengthen. They sent messages to various planets and systems, inviting others to join their cause. The response was overwhelming. Species from all corners of the galaxy, tired of the Empire's tyranny, began to rally to the Alliance. As weeks passed, Morgan and her crew worked tirelessly. They helped coordinate new fleets, trained soldiers, and shared resources. The Zantari provided advanced technology, while the Calthar offered their speed and agility in battle. Together, they were building something remarkable, a coalition that would stand against oppression. However, not all was well. In the shadows, remnants of the Empire were plotting their return. Commander Thrax had survived the battle, and he was more determined than ever. "We will rise again," he vowed, gathering loyal followers around him. "Those traitors will pay for their defiance!" Back on Earth, the Alliance was thriving. New ships flew through the skies, and training exercises took place daily. Morgan felt a deep sense of purpose as she worked alongside her allies. "We are making history," she told her crew. "We are proving that unity can overcome even the greatest of challenges." One day, while strategizing on the Defender, a communication came through from an unexpected source. "This is Captain Arlo from the Draconis system," the voice crackled over the comms. "We want to join your alliance. The Empire has oppressed us for far too long, and we are ready to fight." Morgan's eyes lit up with excitement. "Welcome, Captain Arlo. We are honored to have you join us. Together, we will ensure that no one else suffers under the Empire's rule." As more allies joined, the alliance grew stronger. They held a grand meeting to celebrate their unity. Representatives from every species came together, their flags flying high. Morgan stood before them, her heart swelling with pride. "Today we stand as one," she declared, her voice ringing out. "We are not just humans, Calthar, or Xantari. We are a united force for freedom. Together we will bring peace to the galaxy." The crowd erupted in cheers, their voices echoing through the meeting hall. Hope filled the air as they envisioned a future without the Empire's tyranny. They shared stories of their struggles and dreams, bonding over their shared experiences. But deep in space, Thrax was plotting. He had gathered an army of loyalists, determined to regain control. "They may think they are safe," he said to his followers, his eyes burning with rage. "But we will show them the true power of the Empire." As the Alliance worked to prepare for future battles, they knew that they had sparked a flame of rebellion that would spread across the galaxy. They were not just fighting for themselves. They were fighting for the oppressed, the downtrodden, and all those who sought freedom. In this new beginning, the Alliance was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. They had tasted victory, and they would not back down. As Morgan looked out at the stars, she felt a deep sense of hope. The galaxy was changing, and they were at the forefront of that change. The fight for freedom had only just begun, and together they would write a new chapter in the history of the stars.